Find the derivative of inverse trigonometric functions. Y is equal inverse of cosine for negative 5x to the power of 3. We know that the derivative of cosine inverse is 1 over 1 minus u squared du by dx. What is u? U here is the function at the front of the cosine inverse. So we consider that this is u. So dy with respect to its derivative with respect to x is equal negative 1 over root 1 minus u, which is negative 5x power 3 all power 2 multiply the derivative of u. Du by dx means the derivative of u, and the derivative of u is negative 15x to the power of 2. Now you need to simplify it. So negative multiplied by negative is positive. So it's a 15x to the power of 2 over the root of 1. Negative to the power of 2 is positive, and 5 power 2 is 25. X power 3 all power 2, power to the power you multiply them. So it's x to the power of 6. So this is the answer of question number 1. Find the derivative of y is equal inverse sine for negative 2x to the power of 2. We all know that the derivative of y in case of an inverse trigonometric of sine is 1 over 1 minus u squared multiplied by the derivative of u with respect to x. What is u? Is the function. So u here is negative 2x squared. This is u. So let's apply that. So dy by dx is equal 1 over root 1 minus the function u to the power of 2. Multiply the derivative of this function, and derivative of this function is negative 4x. So negative 4x multiplied by 1 is negative 4x divided by 1. Negative to the power of 2 is positive. And a common mistake that the students multiply this first. No, because with math we should finish the bracket to the power of 2 first. So it's 1 minus negative 2 to the power of 2 is 4, and I may not write the bracket. So it's 4x to the power of 4, power to the power is multiplication. That's it. Y is equal to tan inverse of 2x to the power of 4. And I wanted to find the derivative with respect to it. So I wanted to find dy with respect to it. The rule will be given. Y is equal inverse tan of u is 1 over 1 plus squaring of the function multiplied derivative of the function. Let's apply the rule. So 1 over 1 plus u 2x to the power of 4 all to the power of 2. Multiply derivative of the function 8x to the power of 3. Now I need to simplify it. So multiply 8x power 3 by 1. So 8x power 3 divided 1 plus 2 to the power of 2 is 4, and x power 4 all power 2 is x power 8. So the final answer for the derivative with respect to x is 8x power 3 over 1 plus 4x to the power of 8. The derivative of the inverse trigonometric function cosec 4x squared. And the rule is going to be given derivative of cosec power negative 1 is the absolute value of the function multiply squaring of the function square root of the function square minus 1 multiply the derivative of the function. So here is u. So dy with respect to x is equal negative 1 absolute value of 4x squared multiply the root of u squared 4x squared all power 2 minus 1 multiply the derivative of 4x squared 8x. Let's simplify it. So it's negative 8x after multiplying negative 1 by 8 divided by 4x squared and the root of 16x to the power 4 minus 1. 4 to the power of 2 is 16, and power to the power we multiply that. Now notice that I can simplify the 8 and the 4 by dividing each one of them by 4. And I can cancel this x with one of the power. So the final answer is -2. And here it's going to be x multiplied by 16 power 4 minus 1. How to use that chain rule with the derivative of inverse trigonometric functions? Sine inverse of 5x squared all to the power of 3, and we know that the derivative of sine inverse is 1 over the root of 1 minus u squared, whereas u is the function at the front of the sine. But as we know, the derivative with respect to x for any chain rule is consist of 3 parts, or 3 brackets, 1, 2, 3. First bracket, we put down the power, which is 3, so I put it down 3. Then I subtract from the power 1, and I keep the function sine inverse of 5x squared. Multiply the derivative of this function. And the derivative of this function is 1 over the root of 1 minus 5x squared, and above I'm going to write the derivative of 5x squared, which is 10x. Now let's simplify it. 3 multiplied by 10 is 30x divided by 1 minus 25x squared. So x power 4 power to the power 2 times 2 is 4, multiplied by sine inverse 5x squared all to the power of 2. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How to find number 6, how to find the inverse of 3x to the power 5 plus 1 all to the power 3. Notice that here is u. And the derivative of sine inverse of u is 1 over 1 minus u squared, squaring of the function du by dx. So I prefer in this case to write u outside. 3x to the power 5 plus 1 all to the power 3. And find the derivative of u with respect to x. I put down the power, subtract from the power 1, and I keep the function, multiply derivative 1 inside, which is 15x to the power 4. Now 3 multiply 15 is 45. 45 x to the power 4, 3x power 5 plus 1 all to the power 2. Now let's go back to the equation. Sine inverse, so the derivative of y is equal 1 over the root of 1 minus the function 3x power 5 plus 1 all power 3 to the power of 2, which is u squared, multiplied by this derivative 45x power 4 multiply 3x power 5 plus 1 all to the power of 2. So the simplest form of this function, we're going to add this up. Find the derivative in number 7 of the trigonometric function of cosine inverse of 4x squared all to the power of 2. Notice that the power is in the whole function. And don't forget that the derivative of cosine inverse of u is equal -1 over the root of 1 minus u squared multiplied by the derivative of the function. So where is the function here? The function here is u. But this is a chain rule. So the derivative of y with respect to x is equal. I put down the power, subtract from the power 1, so 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. I put down the same function, multiply derivative 1 inside. Now, what is the derivative here? The derivative here is -1 over root 1 minus the function squared, multiply derivative of 4x squared, which is 8x. Now, let's simplify it. 2 multiplied by -1 is -2. Multiplied by 8x divided by root of 1 minus 4x squared all to the power of 2 multiplied by cosine inverse of 4x squared all to the power of 1. You don't need to write it. But you can simplify it more to be -16x divided by root of 1 minus 16x to the power 4 and cosine inverse of 4x squared. Number 8 and the last question for today. Y is equal cosine inverse of negative 2x power 3 minus 3 all to the power 3. Notice that this is u. And the derivative of cosine inverse for u is equal divided by root 1 minus u squared du by dx. du by dx. Now, so I prefer if you can write down this one here as u negative 2x power 3 minus 3 all power 3 and find the derivative of du with respect to x. This is a chain rule, so I will put down the power, subtract from the power 1, keep the function, multiply derivative what inside. And the derivative what inside is negative 6x power 2. I can simplify it more by multiply 3 by negative 6. So it's negative 18x squared negative 2x power 3 minus 3 all to the power. Now I go back to the function. So dy with respect to dx is equal negative 1 over root 1 minus the function negative 2x power 3 minus 3 all power 3 to the power of 2, which is u squared. Multiply derivative of this function negative 18x squared negative 2x power 3 minus 3